LMS Stanier Class 54-6-0 number 44806 is a preserved British steam locomotive. It was built at Derby in 1944. Numbered 4806 by the LMS, after nationalisation in 1948, it had 40,000 added to its number under British Railways. 44,806 was one of the last locomotives to be withdrawn from service, surviving until 1968, the last year of steam on British Railways steam. 44,806 was an early candidate for preservation, moving directly from BR to the Steamtown collection at Carnforth, housed in the same loco depot, where steam's final fires had been dropped only recently before. It fortunately avoided the usual years of neglect and parts stripping at Woodham Brothers scrapyard in Barry, Vale of Glamorgan, South Wales. In preservation it was also unusually well travelled between museums and lines, although staying in the northwest of England. Some years were spent based in Accrington, with working excursions to a planned preserved line at Helmshore. Although these exact plans never quite came to fruition after the station's closure in 1972, most of the line survived as what is now the East Lancashire Railway. In 1973, 44,806 was based for a short time at the newly reopened Lakeside and Haverthwaite Railway, as their largest and only tender engine. Operating a large tender engine was difficult though, on a line without a turntable. Whilst at Haverthwaite, 44,806 was adopted by the ITV children's TV series Magpie and named Magpie. The Magpie programme was always in competition with the BBC's comparable Blue Peter, who had earlier adopted the LNERA2 Peppercorn 532 Blue Peter, conveniently built under that name. Shortly after this, a crack was found in the boiler, in the outer firebox. Haverthwaite did not have the workshop facilities for an engine of this length or weight, so it was moved, this time to Steamport in Southport. These were busy times for the British steam preservation movement, with many new projects and scrapyard rescues all competing for attention, time and money. As a result, Magpie languished. In 1983, with the wind-down of Steamport owing to pressure over the site, Magpie moved to Manchester and the Museum of Science and Industry as a purely static exhibit. In 1993, 44,806, with its 20-year-old firebox crack, travelled to the Llangollen Railway, where repair work began. This work took almost 3 years to complete, with a return to steam on 15 September 1995. It worked on the Llangollen for nearly 10 years. First back as 4806 in black LMS livery with red lining, then once again as 44,806 wearing the BR ferret and a dartboard tender badges with red and white lining. The expiration of the locomotive's 10-year boiler certificate prompted another rebuild. The work this time was less serious, being mostly wear items such as boiler tubes, firebox stays and worn tyres, but any work on engines of this size is a major undertaking. The work was completed successfully, and 4806 returned to steam on 29 August 2007, and was back in service on 14 September. The new livery was again BR period, but this time in unlined glass black. Since its initial preservation, 44,806 had been privately owned by one man, Ken Aldcroft. Aldcroft died in 2003. 44,806 passing to his daughter Ms. Renee Wyatt. To commemorate Aldcroft's 35 years of preservation, 44,806 was renamed Kenneth Aldcroft. 44,806 Kenneth Aldcroft was based and working at the Llangollen Railway. 2008 was the 40th anniversary of the end of British Railways steam, and of 44,806's own preservation. In July 2013, the locomotive was offered for sale, and has been purchased by the North Yorkshire Moors Railway. The NYMR. It is destined to be certified to run to Whitby after its overhaul in 2017.